Hi, Sally. You're the only one here. It's been almost 2 minutes. So I was recording for my other channel, attempting to record. I gotta get this stool straight. Attempting to record. Hey, Regina, how are you? You're on a work break. I was just telling Sally I was trying to record for my other channel. I started a channel, I don't know, a week ago or so, just like reading one Bible verse and talking about it. And everything that made noise started. I think I recorded 7 times before I finally got it. Hello, Catherine. Aren't you skiing right now? And I mean, from my phone going off multiple times, somebody came to the door, somebody started a blower, the dog started barking, and I thought I was never going to get it done. So, Regina, you said you were going to retire. Was that next year or next month? I know you had a kind of a date. Regina, yeah, noise does happen, but this was excessive. And I was trying to record a 2-minute or less video, and I could not get it out. I thought maybe it might be because of the content. And Cheryl is here. Hello, Cheryl. Okay, and Regina's going to retire next year. Catherine says, I'm at the mountain still, but we're going home today. We skied yesterday, and it was wonderful. And Sally and Catherine are saying hello to Cheryl. And Cheryl says hello back to Catherine. Catherine, my worst ski trip ever. I was young. I was maybe 20. And we went up this chairlift. And you know where the line is, where it's warm and then it gets really cold, or it's cold and then it gets colder? Well, as soon as we crossed into that line, we were in the cold. You know, the chairs swinging back and forth in the wind. And I had a wool sweater on and my bibs. And I had them pulled up to like right here. And I felt that cold air after a little bit. And I pulled them down and I was like, ooh, that hurt. Well, you know, the sun reflects off the snow. So you get sunburned really easily. And I was getting burnt on my face too. And I didn't even have the goggles on the whole time because I wasn't skiing. I was in the lift. Anyway, when I got up the next morning, I had blisters about this big on my arms and all over my face. And my eyes were just all but swollen closed. I could see out of them, but barely. And that trip was ruined. I stayed in bed. Cheryl says the snow looked pretty. Yes, it did. And Cheryl says, hello, Sally. Catherine says, it's beautiful, but there's such little snow compared to what they used to be 20 years ago when I used to like to ski a lot. I did notice it was a little bit thin right around that lodge or whatever. Excuse me, whatever picture that was you put up. Ice is the worst, though. I mean, to ski on ice, oh my goodness. Catherine says, oh no, Evie, yes, you have to be super careful with the sunburn on the mountain. Yeah, same with water. It just reflects off. Sally says, hit the like button, please. Yes, please. Catherine said, it's the end of season 2, so the mountain closes in 2 weeks. Oh, and then they're going to reopen with more snow. I always like skiing. I skied in Oregon, Mount Bachelor. And I like to ski in November, and I like to ski again in March or April, where you didn't have to like really bundle up. Thank you, Regina. Regina smashed it. So, Regina, I haven't seen any of your videos lately. Are you on a break, or are they not coming up in the feed? We talked a couple of days ago about subscribers. You know how they go up and down and up and down? Well, they do for most of us anyway. And in Treaty with Rhonda is somebody that I'm subscribed to, somebody that I know personally. I have met with her. And when I went to see one of her videos, I was no longer subscribed to her channel. Catherine says, no, I'm using voice to text, and it was the end of the season too. So there's not much snow. Skiing will finish for the year in 2 weeks. Oh, okay. I thought they would get snow pretty soon, but I don't know where you're at anyway. Oh, and Regina hasn't done one in a while. You've been busy. Okay. Well, I feel busy, but I haven't really been busy. I just choose to do a lot of things. And Cheryl says, interesting title. What's trying to stop me? Yeah, before you got here, Cheryl, it didn't the topic really didn't take off. But sometimes I feel like if you try to share the word, spread the word, there's obstacles. Like right now, I have had not one interruption, and I've been on here for 7.5 minutes. And I tried, I don't know, it was 7 times or more to record a video for my scripture channel. I needed 2 minutes. And everything went crazy all at the same time. As soon as I would sit down, it would start, or I'd almost get finished and it would start. And I was like, am I truly being blocked? Because I'm like, okay, I got everything done. I got it edited. I got it posted. And then I sat down to do this. Complete peace. Catherine says, I'm in New Zealand and we're in spring, so coming into summer after that. Okay, I don't know why I always forget you're in New Zealand. Always forget that. Yeah, because see, we're heading into winter, so I thought they were closing to get geared up for true winter skiing. I gotcha. Well, then the skiing that you went to, I also like to go to. Sally says, why would you unsubscribe to Rhonda? Question. Isn't that a good question? Because the reason why I went back there was because when she was talking, when she went on her trip to St. Louis, there was paddleboarding in it. And I was like, I missed that video. I got to go look for it. I missed that video. I got to go look for it. Well, finally, I remember to look for it when I was at the tablet, and her final video was up there, and it had, like the red line going through all but the last little bit. And I was like, okay, I got interrupted or something happened, and I stopped watching it, and I never went back and finished it. So I clicked on it and I finished watching it. And when I looked down, the white subscribed was like, I was not subscribed. And so obviously it came up when I was subscribed because I saw the video. I just didn't finish it. But then maybe YouTube decided, oh, you left 3 minutes out, so you don't want to watch her. I don't know. Well, I just said that because I know what happened to me. So that could be what's happening with other people as well. Sally said, I got 9 subscribers this morning for my live, and Daryl was all excited. And I was like, don't even get excited. They'll be gone. And 5 are gone already. I know. Isn't that crazy? I went up, I think it was 5 or 6, right around in there, during the day. And because I started out at like 769, and then it dropped to like 765 really quick. And before I went to bed, it dropped to 760. So I gained like 4 or 5, and then it dropped 10, or it dropped 9 for the course of the whole day. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. We are meeting Karen, Allison, myself, and Rhonda on Friday at 11 o'clock. Regina says, I do think it happens. I feel like we're all going up and down together. Yeah. Before I realized that was a natural thing to happen, I think it was just like increasing or stopping. I was like, what did I say? Did I upset someone? Did I offend someone? And it just happens to everybody. Cheryl says it's normal, right, Catherine? The subscribers go up and down. Catherine, yours has grown a lot recently. And Cheryl, I just started watching you, so I know you're over 1,000, but I don't remember. Excuse me, I don't remember the number. Hello, Tassie. Seen you submitted to me, Parrot, just now. So popping over to check out. 5:22 a.m. in Tasmania. Well, welcome. That's early. I would still be sleeping. Regina says, by Daryl, do you mean Mr. Ninja Turtle? He is the sweetest. Daryl is Sally's husband, also known as Big D. Catherine says, I don't lose a lot of subscribers. I've had 30 new ones in the last week, which is a lot for me since the YouTube slump in August. When I was first building my channel, I get 45 in a week. Wow. And Sally says, no, my hub's channel is Big D's Place, but I do not know Mr. Dog Turtle. And Tassie says, thank you. Rebounding with Cheryl just hit 5,000 recently, and most are new subscribers. You only need 1,000 true fans. Congratulations. That's amazing. We need to know what your secret is. And then Sally corrected and said, Dr. Ninja Turtle. The other thing, I think I mentioned this before, but I saw I think it was the YouTuber Penguin. Do y'all know who he is? He's got long dark hair. He's real thin. He's like over 1 million. Some of his stuff he talks about is a little bit controversial, and some of the stuff is actually interesting. He's like a real current event type person. And he and this other guy were talking about how August 10th, if they went in and looked at their views, they were still the same for mobile devices and I think it was TVs. So mobile device, I guess, would be your computers. I'm sorry, your tablets and your phones. But on the actual computers, there were like no views. They just, August 10th, they just went down like this because they could see all the lines of who was watching from what device. And that one just completely crashed. And both their channels were the same. And let's see. I think I said Regina said, wow. And Catherine said, congratulations, Cheryl. And Cheryl said, I've learned a lot from Rob the Maritimer and live video school. Is live video school Rob's, or is that like a vidIQ? I do watch Rob, but I have not taken any of his courses. I guess he has some. Cheryl says Jeandrejvrr is awesome too. Does she do the same thing you do, like the rebounding, or is she a YouTube teacher? Cheryl. YouTube teacher. Okay, I'll look her up. Oh, Tassie says I have a very, I think you mean calming, not cramming voice. But thank you. I've heard that before. You know, it's funny when you watch yourself back in a recording. I realize I have movements like a sloth. I am very, very slow. And I never knew that till I rewatched. I was like, come on, let's go. But I'm like that all the time. Catherine says, yes, she is good, Cheryl. I watched her when I first reset my channel as well. Okay. Regina says, okay, I have to drop off. Really great to catch up. Bye, everyone. Bye, Regina. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Make a video. So, Tassie, you are in Tasmania, I think you said. Yes. And are you talking about my bird channel, or did you see this channel where my bird occasionally is a guest star? I think she's still in the bathroom. That sounds funny. My bird's using the bathroom. She's standing up on the shower. She loves it in there. And I went back there and she flew back there with me and didn't come back out. Chloe! We'll see if she'll come. I think I'm caught up. I just wanted to say hi. If you guys want to get off of here, it will not hurt my feelings. Just say, I'm done. Tassie, do you have a channel? Catherine says, how do you get on with the bird pooping around the house, or are they house trained and only do it in the cage? I hope that's not rude to ask. No, it's not. She has what I call stations, which is like this thing right here. I think y'all have seen it before. It's basically a bird stand with a tray underneath it. And typically birds will poop right before they fly. So the poop is caught on this, and I can wash it off. Or I can put like, not cat litter, it has to be like ground corn, and you just scoop it out like you would cat litter. But very rarely, I can't remember the last time I cleaned poop up off of the floor. There might be one if she's standing on the edge of her cage that will drop on the floor, but I don't count that because she's in a bird spot. But no, there's not poop all over the place. It's only where she stays for a time or she flies off from. Oh, okay, Tassie. I left a comment on your channel. I don't even remember your name, but I would probably remember the video. So you must have a bird then? I know I watched a channel that had a lady had 4 different birds, and that was this morning I saw that, I think. Yep. I think that's it. Yes. Because I looked on your channel because the first one I saw was just the Indian ringneck. And then I looked and I saw that you had a Quaker also. Hey, Rhonda, I was just talking about you. We're going to meet with Karen and Allison on Friday at 11 o'clock. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet Karen. Meet Karen and Allison. I already know you, Rhonda, but I'm excited to see you. It's going to be fun. And I think that we can make some cute little videos. Solar is the cheeky one. Solar, which one was she? Okay, Indian ringneck, Solar. Okay. See, I would have, if I had to guess, I would have said that the Quaker would be the cheeky one. Sally says, be right back. Need to check the washer. Already washed a load twice because I forgot about it and had to rewash it. I hate that. And Rhonda says yes. Catherine says, what state are you in, Evie? We are in, I say we, I'm in Texas, Rhonda's in Texas, and Allison is in Texas. And then, of course, Karen flew here for that Vid Summit that's actually today and tomorrow. They've put up some super cute videos. Did you see Allison's? Well, actually, I can't remember which channel it was on. It might have, I can't remember. It was either Karen's or Allison's. But Allison was filming it, and Karen takes her hair down and then shows how she puts it back up in that bun right in the top of her head. Cheryl says, oh, yes, please do a video. Yes, I think that's going to be really, really fun because it's in an old like downtown square. So the buildings are old, but there's new businesses and restaurants in. So it'll be really picturesque. Because like when Rhonda and I met, we met at a Chili's right off of the freeway. We did a video under a tree in the parking lot, but and that's on Rhonda's channel. But I mean, there was nothing cute behind us to take a video with. And Sally says, oh, awesome, Rhonda, you were invited too. Yes, because she's close. And Rhonda said, of course we will. And Sally says, are you lovely ladies going to make another video for Sally D? Are you lovely ladies? are going to make another video for Sally D. Do you mean you want us to mention you? I'm being thick here. Sorry. Catherine says hi to Rhonda. And Rhonda said, I saw that one. It's on Allison's channel. That's what I was thinking. But then Allison filmed the one with the Hummer and it went on Karen's channel. So I couldn't remember which was which. Tassie says, Casper, my Quaker, is 10 years old. He's not a go-go bird. He just likes to sit on my shoulder and sleep. Oh my goodness. So I'm sure you've seen the Quaker. I should know this bird's name. The one that goes bacon, 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 making bacon pancakes. That lady is amazing. The one that rescues all the birds. And Tassie, if you're interested, I also have a bird channel too. It's just called FOR, The Birds. And Sally says, but the way Allison videoed it, it was like Karen's head was chopped off. I didn't notice that. You mean inside the Hummer or outside doing her hair in the garage? Sally said, or Rhonda says hi to Catherine, and Sally says, when you guys met me originally, you made a video for me. We did? Okay. I'm sorry. I don't remember. I honestly do not remember. And, but Rhonda and I will talk about it. And Tassie says, yeah, I love her. Yeah, that little bird is very, very cute. She does good with all her birds. I have 2 birds right now. Rhonda says, we did that live for her in the car. Okay. I remember that. I just, all I could remember was her saying that she needed a picture. And so we put our faces together and then I took, Rhonda took a picture of us and sent it to Sally. I'm with you now. Yeah, maybe we could actually do a live. I don't know if Karen and Allison are going to be on a time schedule or Rhonda said she's free all day. So, I mean, if we take a couple of hours, we could definitely record some really cute stuff. Sally says, OMG, Rhonda, is she blonde? Are you talking about me? When I was younger and I had long hair, it turned blonde just because it was in the sun so much. But you see this little gray? I have a gray streak right here. I've got gray in here. I wish it would just turn all gray. I've thought of even just dyeing it gray. Rhonda is laughing. Why are you laughing, Rhonda? You're not blonde. You're gray. So she has to be talking about me, right? Sally's red. Are you guys done? Do you want to keep going? Catherine says, I only have a handful of gray hairs and people think I dye my hair because I'm 61, but my father was the same. Even in his 80s, he didn't have a lot of gray. Wow. And Sally says, your hair looks really dark today. I was going to ask if you're talking to me or Catherine. Does it? Huh. It's the same hair. I haven't done anything to it. Rhonda says, I have had almost every color of hair there is. I bet. I haven't had any wild color, like any, unnatural colors. I've had it red. I've had it dark brown. I've had it blonde. Kind of there in between. I've never had it black or like platinum. My daughter, she was a hairdresser. She was trained to be it. She was a hairdresser for a very short time, but she didn't really like it that much. But she had the hair where it came down to a point right here, and then in the back it was cut up high like this, and then thinner right through here. And she dyed. She was a blonde, and she dyed her hair black, and then she had orange going like this up into the black, and it looked like it was a fire. It was really cool. Catherine says, I used to have mine blonde when I was younger, but I haven't changed the color for probably 25 years now. Yeah, the chemicals are pretty harsh, both on your hair and your scalp. And then, of course, you have the fumes from it. And Rhonda says, no black or platinum either. I think platinum looks good on a person that's young enough to pull it off, and that they've got the head shape where it's got the little bump on the back, kind of like that. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I think that looks good. What's your real hair color, Sally? Sally swears she's not going gray. She's not a grandma, and she's not going to look like a grandma. Rhonda says, well, mine is gray platinum. And Catherine says, I'm going to go now, ladies. Nice to catch up with you all. Have a great afternoon and evening. See you later. Where's Debbie Sue, by the way? So did you see we have Jonathan back? Who was on here when Jonathan was on here the other day? Jonathan going by Jean. It's a man. Can you tell me everything like Miss Schwan? I tell you everything. I tell you everything. He looked like a man. That's who Jean is. Sally says, my hair used to be jet black. My real hair color is really black for real. Really? But my hair has been red for 25 years. Wow. So do you have to put I guess you have to put the lifter on it because the black is darker than the red, right? Tassie says, I'm 54 soon. I only have a few grays. I don't color my hair. I think she means at all. I like it until it starts to grow out a little bit. It's just like the fake nails. They grow out and then you got to get them refilled. Rhonda says, I was wondering the same thing about Debbie Sue. Like what her rear, I can't speak, what her real hair color was when she was younger. And Tassie says, I don't mind them. No, because I don't either. And that's why I just wish I would completely turn gray, because the gray hair is a little bit coarser. So perhaps I'll have a little bit more body. Some parts of getting older, I don't care for. I don't get up and go, oh my goodness, would you look at those wrinkles? These look amazing today. But I do kind of like the gray hair. Sally says, why are you wondering? Just ask her. Now, who asked that about her hair? Somebody else brought up Debbie Sue's hair, because I was trying to think what color it is, and I think it's like a gray mixed with blonde. But I guess I assumed that it was Rhonda. Well, probably because we brought it up during this conversation, Sally, and we didn't know we were wondering until right now. If Debbie Sue comes on, we can ask her. Sally says, do you know I put those press-on nails yesterday and I already have them all pulled off? Do you really? I've worn those a time or two. My favorite nails to get done are gel. I think they look the nicest because they're not so thick. And Sally says, Rhonda did. Debbie Sue would tell you. Right. But she's not here to ask. Is this a first in a lifetime that Debbie Sue is not on a live? Well, I don't know that I have anything else to say. So I'm going to let you guys go. Sally says, Evie, you're being too serious. I was only playing around with Rhonda. Well, I think I had the whole setup of not remembering the video, and that kind of put me into serious mode. She wasn't on Gina's either. I wonder if she's got doctor appointments today. That's the only thing I could think of that would stop her. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I guess we got rid of Jonathan. He didn't say anything else. Maybe you weren't here on that live, Sally, when we had Jean that was posing as, or Jonathan that was posing as Jean as a woman. And he emails trying to get us to pay for help on making YouTube videos. What are you sorry for? I am most comfortable being goofy, but I can be serious. But the problem is sometimes when this stuff is serious, like I'm not talking about, somebody's health or something like that, but like when I'm supposed to be serious, maybe more business-like with people, is when I just get the giggles. I just can't stop it. So are you guys ready to leave now? Because you're not saying anything. I don't have a joke. Well, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We ran for 34 minutes. Y'all have a great day. Bye.